Okay, I'm gonna try it again. Since I have the temporary tooth crown thing, it chips away sometimes. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be eating certain stuff or not, like the hot or cold. Guess we'll figure it out in time. Okay, so let's see how. Hopefully this time it doesn't crash on that spot. Come on, dude.
Previously during the investigation.
Nope, no investigations. Might have to skip the actual video, which is not a fun thing to do, because I don't want to miss story time. Suddenly he appears on the other side. This guy can teleport. What if he accidentally hits someone? Fiona. Suspect. We're all suspects in this game. Game. Oh. It's gonna suck if I have to skip that part. This seriously sounds like Super Mario World.
Zach, I haven't been on stage like this since elementary school. I'm not some tree in the wind this time either. That was a tough role. That was a piece of scenery. Bright red tree.
Thank you all for coming today. Getting right down to business. Agent Morgan from the Federal Bureau of Investigations wishes to speak with you.
Good afternoon. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
Some of you are already aware by now of the tragic murder of Anna Graham. Truly a heinous, terrible crime. I've come to this town
messing
to
on my
solve
guitar
the
because we've
murder
already
of
seen
this
this.
young, beautiful girl, and to bring the one responsible to justice.
Time of death 20 to 22. Okay, we already. It usually skips between three main songs.
Unfortunately,
This one, the
incidents
mystery,
like these have a tendency
to the slightly
happen again.
Texan western song, not Texan necessarily.
I
just
asked to
Western.
have you gathered here
And then
so
the
I could
breezy
share some
guitar
advice
tune.
in order to minimize the risk of further fatal incidents.
That's not how the chords go. I'm
First,
just messing around.
please stay away from any dark, dangerous, isolated places. Those of you with children, especially of Anna's age, please guide your children away from such places at all costs. Secondly, avoid going out when it is raining. Now, I've heard the folklore story of the raincoat killer. There is a chance that the murderer is mimicking the story. Women should also be especially careful. I would hate to see more victims.
He said it before the door even opened. I mean, he kind of paused. Or maybe that's just what it looks like. And everybody's eyeballing her. They know that she's there even though they don't see her. Did they hear the footsteps? I mean, the people in the audience.
Who's the fashionably late one?
That's Carol, Thomas's sister. She owns a bar.
Thomas's sister.
Excuse me. So, as I have said, avoid going outside when it is raining. Young women should be especially careful. Report anything or anyone suspicious immediately. The murderer will be caught and brought to justice. But you must all remain on guard until we do so. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Don't. Okay. Okay, we got further this time. Hopefully it doesn't freeze now. This guy seriously looks like from Half-Life 2, one of the enemies. I think I've already said this before. I mean, with the gas mask and the... I think it's Half-Life 2. Or maybe it's Black Mesa Project.
When paying for our sins, we must not frown. The loss of Anna was for that debt. When purple fog covers our town, we'll all wander in hell, I fret. So says Mr. Stewart.
Different music now.
Sure knows how to steal thunder.
Well then, Zach, let's ask some questions before all these guys leave.
I think they might have played this song in... Sounds like something off of Driver, some 1970s. Jazz.
Agent Morgan, here's your chance to get to know some of the townsfolk. Don't let it go to waste.
Uh-oh. You know what? I'm gonna save. Okay. First of all. That's not what I wanted to do.
Quite a performance. Mysterious and very poetic. But I don't think many of your audience appreciated it.
How is it?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, the purple fog appears with rain, soiling and ruining our town. The evil does not drain. Find out why the town is soiled. Remove the source from which it boiled. Then and only then your case is solved. But for this to happen, to solve the crime, the proper must do the proper at the proper time. It is not yet mine, that is, Mr. Stewart's time, not mine. But if you, Mr. York, find the right timing to chat with me, that is, with Mr. Stewart, may that be. Informative and fruitful you will see. So says Mr. Stewart.
So,
Mr.
Harry,
Master Yoda.
you know something. But there's some reason why you can't tell me yet. Is that what you're trying to say?
Cut the poetic rubbish, Harry, and tell us what you know. We can force you to talk, you know.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, pay close attention to the signs, the omens, and the premonitions. Small they may be, they still are finds, and helpful to your investigations. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the warning, Harry. But don't worry. Me and Zach, we know what we're doing.
Like how he keeps telling everybody about Zach. Seems the only person who doesn't know about who Zach is me. Okay, I want to save before I continue this because this is going to be ridiculous. There's got to be a save somewhere here. Oh, and there is. I was about to say, I was like, oh yeah, I'll show you. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, down here then. We'll worry about the suspects later. Who is a suspect? Who is innocent? Time will tell. Okay, so let's talk to everybody. But hot lady. It's hot, is it?
Oh my.
Huh?
My pot is getting cold.
Romy Sigourney, nicknamed the Pot Lady.
Hey, mister. My pot is getting cold.
You are...
Her necklace is a
Who?
pot too.
What are you saying? I'm Sigourney. Sigourney.
Weaver?
Sigourney. Okay. Now, what is the matter? Can you explain?
No time for chatting. I need to hurry. My pot is getting colder. Oh, you're useless.
Ah.
Zach, we've met all sorts today, but really, she takes the cake. Amazing.
Okay, man. Jimbo. Let's talk.
Jim,
Oof.
thanks for your help in the forest. How are Isaac and Isaiah?
They're
Oh,
fine.
is that guy?
They really seem to love their grandpa.
Well, I guess they do, son. I want to keep them away from the filth of the material world as much as I can.
Uh-oh.
Their mother agrees, which is why she lets me take care of them so often. And that's why I want you to solve this case quickly and go home. Those rumors about that scar of yours do more damage than good around here.
I guess I reek of the material world, don't I? I have to, in order to do my job. But I understand what you mean.
I'd think the same if I was born in a place like this, Zach.
Would you now? And who is this? There's no name.
Hey, good looking. Nice speech.
Gina the Rose? Or Gina? No, it's Gina.
And you are?
Oh, I'm Gina. I'm married to Jack. He runs the gas station. Call me the Rose.
You look pretty
Not
revealing.
Oh, this old thing. Oh, you should see some of my other clothes. You? Oh, now you are cool. That scar really is a turn-on. You should come to my station. I'll give you a little extra service.
That would be great. I can't believe how expensive gasoline is nowadays. Some extra service would be great. Now, about my current case. Do you have any information on Anna? Have you seen anything suspicious?
Oh, I don't know. Talk to my hubby about the difficult stuff, okay?
This is getting us nowhere, Zach.
It's like, what's up with even Final Fantasy 15? So wait, she's actually the gas station attendant? Final Fantasy 15, we've got the mechanic who dresses like this. She's kind of dressed like, she's Gina, but kind of, like I said, Tina from, Dead or Alive. Although this is probably more revealing. Wait, and the husband. Oh, what? He's like a biker lad.
I ain't got nothing to tell the cops.
Oh, is that right? Jack the Raging Bull, gasoline stand owner.
What about the FBI?
That?
Shut up.
At least give me your name.
Seriously?
I'm Jack. They call me Raging Bull.
That's a manly nickname.
If you want info, it'll cost you. I only talked to Ben Franklin.
You know, first impressions are important. I can detain you for a few days, and maybe you'll become more fun to meet.
Zach, this is a waste of time. Let's go.
I guess it's one of those tough guys who's not afraid of being incarcerated. Well, there's more than one way to skin the cat, as they say. Figuratively speaking.
Mr. Morgan, you're quite an impressive public speaker.
Really? Thank you, Polly.
You reminded me a little of a play I saw when I was younger.
What kind of play?
I'm talking about back when this place was still called the Mercury Theater. When I was young, I used to come here often with my husband. God rest his soul. We'd come on the weekend to see the latest
The
play.
woman that
He'd always pretend to be uninterested, but I could tell he was excited inside. He was just one of those kind of guys, really, thinking about it now.
Really, Polly? So what's your favorite play?
Oh, well, I like so many. There was one in particular, but I can't recall the name anymore. Oh, it was a very famous one, too.
Something by Shakespeare?
Oh, No, nothing. One more bell that doesn't ring anymore. I've always been forgetful about the plays we used to see anyway. Oh, and my husband would get angry at me for forgetting what we saw. He'd go on for hours retelling what the play was about. His eyes were so sparkling, like a happy young boy.
I see. So, what's your favorite play?
Oh, I almost forgot, Mr. Morgan. We're going to have another guest soon. I have to get back and get things ready.
Sorry for having to hurry away. I'll see you back at the hotel.
Well, she walked away quickly.
Zach, I think she could embarrass the toughest of the FBI's interrogators. She successfully avoided answering my question, Zach. Amazing.
Suspect.
Yeah! Hey there, FBI. I'm Keith Ingram.
Convenience store owner.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
Back in the hole.
Please, call me York. That's what everyone always calls me.
Okay, York. No problem, man.
So, Keith, I hear you run the Milk Barn convenience store.
That's right, man. Rock and roll!
Do you sell raincoats there by any chance?
Yeah, but nobody ever buys them, though. Anyone who wears one of them, I say, just ain't a rocker. But you know, that scar of yours, now that scar rocks.
This scar rocks? Now that's a new one. I'll drop by your store soon, and let's talk then.
Yeah, cool, man. Rock on, FBI!
What if I met him at the convenience before coming here? Wonder what he would have said. He would have said something else, or it would have been the same thing.
You're Isaac and Isaiah's mother?
Yes, I'm Lily.
Lily Ingram. Oh. Wait, so that was the dad?
I'm FBI Special Agent...
Agent York,
Oh,
right?
the lads?
You are good.
The handsome special agent from the big city. The facial scar trademark. The way you introduce yourself. Everyone's talking about you.
Well, I can't say much about the scar. But the way I introduce myself, Zach and I consider it a kind of ritual of sorts.
Everyone has their own rituals. It's like always leaving the house left foot first. It's one of those things.
You certainly are a
OCD?
funny one.
Is that what he's talking about?
So, have you noticed anything strange or out of place recently?
Well, Becky's been taking a couple of days off from work, but aside from that, I heard she was in shock after the murder. But,
You think there's something else?
well, I took the boys along to see her today. She's always so kind to them, and they love seeing her too. But she took in the boys and told me to wait outside. Something about a special secret between just the three of them. I just couldn't understand it.
Now that's interesting. Thank you, Lily.
You're welcome, Francis.
Perhaps we should give Becky a visit tomorrow, Zach.
Sure, if we remember. It's a lot of things to keep in mind, actually. For me, at least. Like, oh, there's just like a weapon case here. Like, oh, okay. Snakeskin. Is that what it is?
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York.
Wesley, owner of the gun store called Panda Bear. People around here call me the gunsmith.
Wesley the gunsmith.
Was there something you want to ask me?
How do you make a living running a gun store in a place like this? I'd be worried because there can't be that many customers.
Worry gives a small thing a big shadow. I do gunsmith work in my shop, too.
Wait, why do I
If you got the
repeat
skills,
people's-
the customers find you. All you need is a network.
I hope so.
Oh, that's his stuff? Here's what I got. Oh, seriously? I can just... Oh, wow. Who the heck comes to a place and just... Guns are just tools for killing people. I don't like it any more than you.
You've got quite a selection here. No wonder people come from all around.
Even today, a customer paid me to go to Seattle for some help. I just got
Who the hell
back.
sells stuff outside the
Well,
store?
I'll be sure to visit your store sometime. I'd like for you to take a look at my gun.
Understood. Look forward to it. The shop will be open again tomorrow. It's usually open from 2000 to 0600. See you then.
How come people talk in military time? Why doesn't anyone use American time like they usually do? I mean, American as in civilian time. Whatever you call it.
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. I presume you are the owner of the diner that Anna worked at?
That's right.
Nick Cormack.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about Anna Graham. Did you notice anything strange about her prior to the incident? Nick, are you hiding something?
No, nothing.
You sure?
I'm sorry, but I don't like repeating myself.
So when an FBI agent asks a question, you can just laugh it off and no problem? Without answering the question? That'd be funny if that's how it works in real life too.
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. And you are?
Olivia, Nick's wife.
Olivia Cormack. Wait, why do I keep repeating people's
Anna
names?
worked at your husband's diner, right? What kind of girl was she?
Well, she was a very hard worker. A nice girl.
Did you ever see her acting strange?
Well, not really. But there was one thing. Well, you see, the diner closes when it rains. Many shops do that around here, as you might have heard. Anyway, Anna always seemed unfocused the day after it rained. And came in late, too. It was almost as if she used up all her energy the day before. Come to think of it, that was really strange. Did that legendary monster really kill her?
It wasn't a monster. Just a criminal. Criminal I'm going to catch and bring to justice.
Criminal who you met already a few times, and for some reason you're not going like, wait, why is this guy doing crazy shit that he's not supposed to? Or what is exactly going on anyway? Who knows?
So you're the FBI agent, are you?
Oh, the tag.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York
First
Morgan.
class shit.
I'm the general.
Sergeant.
I
or
fought
sergeant
for my
first class, I
country
forget
in the
what it's called.
Vietnam War.
A real-life war hero.
That's what the arm.
So why are you living here?
Soldier, this is my hometown. After a man returns from war, there's no place to go other than his hometown. Your little speech, you mentioned the raincoat killer.
Was that a problem?
You imbecile. The raincoat killer's no myth, not mere folklore, not a fairy tale. It's based on actual events that happen in this town.
It is. I'm interested. Can you tell me more about this?
You kids today don't even know how to ask for something right. Soldier, if you want to hear more, you come to my office.
He literally exudes raw power, Zach. Despite the credibility issues, we should give him a visit.
One thing, though. Calls himself a general, but isn't that a sergeant's uniform?
Yep. If I remember correctly, it is a first sergeant. I keep forgetting Sergeant First Class and First Sergeant. Which one? The emblem. Would it have two stuff underneath or? Wait, I already know these two. Why am I?
Are you getting closer to catching the murderer?
Hello again, Fiona. Good to see you here.
Well, Dr. Johnson told me to be here. He said it would be important.
Well, that was good advice. He may be young, but he seems like a wise man.
Oh, and he's a very hard-working person, too. Everyone thinks he's some kind of weirdo, but I don't think so at all. People don't understand why he's in the autopsy room all day, but I do. He's doing research to make the world a better place in the future. You know, he already made a fortune in LA with his career.
I did not know that.
You didn't? Oh, the doctor is a very rich man. He has a really big house over by the lake.
Amazing, Zach. He must be loaded. Rich and young. A perfect combination.
But you don't get that feeling from him at all, do you? He doesn't show it. That's one of the things I like best about him.
Well, I could have been fooled if it weren't for you. Thanks for the valuable information, Fiona.
Seriously.
Agent York, you make any progress?
Of course, plenty.
In the lumberyard, sure.
Tell me, Usha, when is Anna's funeral?
That's still undecided. Sally
Seriously?
isn't
How many
really in
days
any
has it been?
condition to do it right now.
Her mother? I don't see her here.
Anna was her sole reason for living after her husband was deceased. Well, she's probably huddled up at home.
And I should probably take some time to pay her a visit.
Well, yes, you should. And I'd appreciate it if you could, too. But don't go too hard on her, okay?
Gotta drink some water from time to time. Oh shit, there's more people. I want to periodically save in case it randomly decides to freeze. Do not want to redo everything. Jimmy boy. Jimbo. Huh. Everyone's a suspect.
You're York, right? I'm Richard Dunn, the owner of the Darts Bar, Swery 65.
I wonder if I met them beforehand, would it have worked?
How'd you like the town?
Oh, it's great. Aside from the murder that happened here.
Yep. The murder just doesn't fit with a small town like ours.
Well, Richard, I'll have to correct you on that. Crimes don't care about size. Big town, small town, just isn't a factor.
I guess you're right.
Not
So,
necessarily true.
How did you know Anna?
Usually
I've
if
known her
people
since
know
she was a
each other-
child. She was the same age as my son. She always stood out, being pretty and all, just like her mother, Sally.
What do you know about Sally?
Well, I went all through school with her right here in town. I never thought our children would be the same age.
I don't see her here today.
Ah, well, see, she lost her husband, and this time it's her daughter. She's at home right now, trying to make peace with it all.
You seem to know a lot. How long have you been in love with her?
Hey, don't go there. That scar of yours tells me you got your hands full too, right? Let's not dive into personal matters. It'll be better for you and me.
You're right, Richard. Collecting gossip won't help with the matter at hand.
Oh, really? I thought gossip was exactly what you need. You're questioning suspects. What else were you gonna get? Anyway, about the whole small town thing. They come from the same cultural background and everybody knows each other within town. It's highly unlikely that there would be a murder suspect. Well, I'm not gonna go too deep into that conversation because that could lead to a bunch of different ways that I'm not about to start talking about here.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
So Anna was killed. But why does that bring the FBI here?
Quint, actually. Darts bar.
I have an interest in murder cases involving young women.
Well, you know, man, this might just be another case to you, but it means the death of a friend to me. I don't want you taking this lightly like it's just another case.
I never take anything of this nature lightly, I assure you. I'm here to apprehend the perpetrator who did this.
Yeah, because local enforcement can't shine their own boots, right?
Good point. You can't always count on the police now, can you? But that doesn't mean you're going to capture the perpetrator yourself. Quint.
How do you know my name?
I memorized the name of every citizen before arriving in town. I also know about you and your significant other.
You mean Becky?
Don't underestimate the FBI. We know and see everything.
I'm sorry if I was a little harsh. I want to help, I do. Okay?
Okay, Zach, I'll tell you how I knew his name. He's got a small Q on his hat. That was the only name beginning with Q that I could think of. He was even kind enough to tell us his girlfriend's name. I can read him like a book, Zach.
Well, I guess that's that. Quint. What else are there? There's Quack. There's Quail. What else can I... Oh, there's Quana. Final Fantasy 9. Oh. Suspect. Are you a suspect?
Good evening, Agent.
Brian.
Good evening, Mr.
Gravekeeper.
Brian, the Gravekeeper. Brian.
Of
Mr.
course
Brian.
you would be the Gravekeeper.
I like the retro look. Auditioning for Little Grave on the Prairie?
Anna. Oh, she was so beautiful. Too soon. Too soon to go to the grave. So sad. So sad.
I totally agree. That's why I'm here, looking for the one who did it. Were you close to her?
Anna. Her smile. So warm. Anna. Blonde hair. So bright.
This guy.
There's a graveyard somewhere in town, Zach. I'm not excited about the idea, but maybe we should at least check it out.
Looks like there's a lot of things to check out. Boop, 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 boop. I always keep saying that. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. Oh, right, Carol. Is this the last part to go? Because I'm thinking you're gonna say something.
Anna was an airhead.
What do you mean? Are you saying she was killed because she was an airhead? Or are you saying that she was an airhead for being killed?
I'm sure she's still an airhead, even in heaven. She changed her hair
Say it like
every day. If she lost a pound, she'd be ecstatic. Gain one, and she'd almost be in tears. She broke many, many plates every day at the diner, and she'd always have a smile on her face. Always having fun. Everyone looked at her and knew she was a cute, adorable, loving airhead. But they would be smiling right along with her. I wouldn't be surprised if the angels smiled with her too.
Isaac and Isaiah said that Anna was a fairy of the forest, a goddess.
Well, that was abrupt.
Agent Morgan, I'd like to let everyone go home now.
Uh-oh.
Let's go outside.
Hey, I didn't finish. I shouldn't have come here then. Or maybe it'll still have done that. Didn't know that's gonna finish here. That sucks. Motherfucker. Oh well. That girl. She even walks like. Maybe she's secretly a streetwalker. Not a gas station attendant. Boop, boop. Yes, please let us save and be merry. Oh crap, I saved. This means if I reload, it's gonna reload to here. That does not look like a worm. It's like a misrepresentation of what a
Well
worm
then,
looks
Agent York, do you have any plans for this evening?
I was going to head back to the hotel and go over my notes. I need
Oh,
to
wait, that's
contact
just
HQ and give a progress report too.
Okay, then let's call it a day here.
Sounds good.
Contact my office when you finish your report. We'll pick you up tomorrow morning. Diane, the owner of the art gallery, should be back soon.
All right then, let's do that.
Peek where?
Hold on, Agent York. We're going out to eat at Nick's Diner. Would you like to come with us?
The diner. That might be nice.
Thomas is a great cook, but Nick is the real deal. No visit to Greenvale is complete without eating at the A&G.
A very appealing proposition. Zach, what do you think?
Definitely.
We can always go back to the hotel after eating dinner, or go directly back to the hotel. You decide, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
I've been sheriff here for a long time now, and this is the worst murder I've ever seen.
Our town is a little odd in some ways, but it's usually a peaceful place.
We had our fair share of cases,
breakfast together?
but just the regular stuff. A high school kid shoplifting from the milk barn, maybe, or some hot-headed kids fighting, fueled on liquor. Nothing more than that.
Agent York, what kind of cases have you dealt with in the past?
Not much different from those you've just mentioned.
Yeah, when
The
outsiders
case I
get
was on
involved,
until last month, well,
problems arise.
the guy killed 7 girls in a 3-month period. He sawed their heads off from the neck and took them back to his house. He cleaned the skulls up and
The necks to
used
his
them
house,
as
or-
utensils in his daily life, to eat from or as a urine cup. He hated women. That was his way of dealing with it. He'd fill skulls with ice, cola, and rum, then he'd down it in one gulp. For him, that was a holy ritual. The question of his mental state was the pivotal point in the court case.
Oh, man.
For me, he was insane. 100%. Drinking from the skulls, well, that is one thing, but those he had used to relieve himself, he would then just use them to drink from, too. Yeah, that was too much for me. It's just not sanitary.
Perfect time to talk
Not
about stuff like
sanitary.
this.
That's probably not the problem for most of us.
What else? Ah, yes. An ingenious law school student raped over 800 victims. That was a nasty one.
Thank you, Agent York. Now, let's talk
quite a
about
hell of
something
a-
else.
You don't want to hear any
A lot
more?
of people.
That's a shame, isn't it, Zach? I was just about to get to the good part, too.
Sounds like you live in a totally different world.
If you
You're
hadn't
like
come here, you wouldn't have said
An
anything.
elite agent who just jumped out from a movie
Ah.
or something. In your eyes, we must look like we're just playing cops and robbers. Ugh, I give up. I can't compete with you.
Don't say that, Emily. The cases you have solved are all full-fledged crimes. A crime is a crime. Size doesn't matter. There is no big and small.
If that's true, why are some
Crimes
punishments more severe?
always have a criminal and a victim. No victim will ever welcome a crime, no matter what its size. So, fundamentally, there is no difference in size.
Wait, what?
Well said, Agent Morgan.
We work day and night to preserve peace and order in this town. You understand that, right?
Of course. But still, I don't view shoplifting and Anna's murder as the same level of crime.
Me neither. I never even dreamt that such a thing could ever even happen in this town. I keep on expecting to see Anna here in this diner, waiting on tables.
Excuse us, Agent Morgan. We should have made dinner a more uplifting experience. Let's call it a night.
Okay. Good night, then.
Just like that. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. That's the movie I should check out. Episode 1. 7 dinner. Is there going to be a car waiting for me? Yes, there is. Let's head home. Home is where the place where you go home. Beep, beep. Limit 00. Is it saying that at 00 I will automatically fall asleep? Or is that there is no limit? Or should I say, or is it? Is it Brownie Street? Is that what it said? Brownie. What if I can go up this wall? I doubt it. It's a little too steep. Yes. The real car wouldn't just automatically stop there. It'll sort of go if that makes sense. So the music. Oh, something. What the hell? Okay, so I'm getting close to. Wait, what exactly is that his? Oh, apartments. Is that what it is? Oh, oops. Why do the cars turn so horribly here? Oh. Almost froze there. Gotta be careful. La, 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 la. Blue fish and green whale. Typewriter. Is this? You're writing a report or something? Use heat. Learning how to be a writer.
Okay then, Zach. Let's go back over our progress. First, the victim, Anna's death.
She was found hanging from a tree in the forest. She was cut open with a knife from her chest down to her stomach. That was the direct cause of death. The strangulation marks and skull fracture were caused after death. Her tongue was also bit off, and I found something inside her mouth.
Do you remember what that was, Zach?
Nope. Oh, wait. This thing, I think.
That's right. We found the same red seed in her mouth. According to Emily, it was raining when Anna was killed, but traces of tears were still evident on her face. Which means the perpetrator killed Anna under a roof in the lumber mill, and then carried her body into the woods after it stopped raining. We found numerous important pieces of evidence at the site of the crime. A total of 4 things.
Knee prints in the grass, a wood chip with metal dust, a photo of a man with a tattoo on his back, and one other thing. Do you remember what that was, Zach?
Part of the raincoat? Wait, you mean in the forest? Was it this?
That's right. A broken
I
stiletto
thought it
heel.
was part of a stiletto.
Aligning this with the other evidence suggests that 2 people came into contact with Anna's body prior to it being discovered by us. Those being the perpetrator who killed Anna and Miss Stiletto Heel. There is also the possibility that a third party carried Anna to the woods. That means we could be dealing with 3 people. 2 or 3 people. In any case, Miss Stiletto Heel may have vital information. We need to find her next. We didn't use forensic methods, but we're still closing in on the criminal. Have I forgotten anything?
Ah, of course.
The raincoat guy.
The marks on her hand tell us that Anna was gripping something when she died. Do you remember that, Zach?
Yeah, I do. Just what was she?
What do you think she was holding on to?
What's the most... What the hell? A red wig? That wouldn't make sense.
That's right. A round object. The marks on her hand suggest a peace mark. The man in the photo found in the woods had a tattoo of an upside-down peace mark on his back. These 2 could well be related. But we don't know for sure. Next, the townfolk.
Oh, I didn't talk to
A few
everyone.
are worthy of special attention.
Yikes.
Carol McLean, the singer and bar owner. She's Thomas's sister. Then there's Nick Cormack, the owner of the diner. Both of them seem to be hiding something.
Several.
There's Diane, the owner of the art gallery, who's out of town. Then we have problematic, old, rich, and eccentric Harry. Both will be tough to crack. Well, we just have to go one by one. I've been thinking, one of the biggest rewards here is the fantastic food. Enjoying food is cultural, and yet it's also a bit uncivilized. It's interesting how good food motivates me to work harder during investigations.
Oh, and on Emily's back, it was strange to me. Hey, don't take that the wrong way, Zach. I wasn't getting all excited or anything. But it did make me feel strange, nostalgic, and sad almost.
It's starting to rain. I think this case may take a while.
Ellie! Lunchtime, Ellie!
I'll eat later.
You'll eat right now, young lady. You need to listen to your mother.
I want to hear the rest of the story.
Oh, right.
Eat your lunch, then take a nap. Then I'll tell you the rest.
But I want to hear it now.
There's that
There's no need to rush things. You must live your life at the pace that is right for you.
Honey, are you coming?
Okay, I think I'm gonna save. Hopefully. Uh-oh. What? Doge. It's a Dalmatian. Hello, Dalmatian. Uh-oh. You lady. Is that Diana or whoever who was out of town? Would it be? Carol? No, it can't be Carol. What? Dinner time. Total clear time, 5 hours in. Total enemies defeated, 101. LOL. Basically. How much money I made. Basic wage, unpaid salary. Oh. Yes, please. I'm saving and then I'm quitting. I think we're gonna stop right here. Oh, we're in this part again. Alright guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.